This conference is a celebration of social entrepreneurship. In the next day and a half, you will be able to hear the exciting competition among our 20 nonprofit finalists, each of whom has a business plan designed to create earned income to further its social mission. We will host a rich collection of master classes taught by some of the most well-known Yale faculty and by a set of distinguished practitioners from both the nonprofit and the private sector. It is my pleasure to introduce Stephanie Belrose.
Good morning, everyone.
Nonprofit and the private sector. This conference is a celebration of social entrepreneurship. In the next day and a half, you will be able to hear the exciting competition among our 20 nonprofit finalists, each of whom has a business plan designed to create earned income to further its social mission. We will host a rich collection of master classes taught by some of the most well-known Yale faculty and by a set of distinguished practitioners from both the nonprofit and the private sector. It is my pleasure to introduce Stephanie Belrose.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you, Jeff, for such a kind introduction. Let me take a moment to explain why we're so excited about this competition. The board of the foundation believes, as I do, that social entrepreneurship is an important strategic lever for philanthropic, business, and educational institutions seeking to address global social issues.
I'm so excited to have the opportunity to help kick off what's going to be 2 days of really powerful learning. And the reason I know it's going to be powerful learning for all of us is that I've looked around the room. I know some of the folks who are here. In fact, most of what I know about social entrepreneurship I learned from people in this audience. There are many powerful and experienced social entrepreneurs here, and I hope all of you who are new to this field will take advantage of that. Find them, corner them, learn from them as best you can. These are going to be just dynamite plans for us to review, tackle, think about, and challenge, and I think they're going to provide a good model for those of you thinking about moving into this arena about just how to approach the issues, the work, and do a sound business plan before you jump into something that may or may not be wise to do.
The core idea for mounting a national business plan competition for nonprofit organizations came from the venture fund at the Pew Charitable Trusts. About 4 years ago, the trusts had the idea that a competition for nonprofits looking to earn income might be an ideal way to send a message about the importance of solid business planning in developing a new venture. We've come a long way in just 4 short years. We've conducted groundbreaking research, joined with the Yale School of Management, the Pew Charitable Trusts, and the Goldman Sachs Foundation to create the Partnership on Nonprofit Ventures. We've also conducted a very successful first National Business Plan competition for nonprofit organizations. Interest in nonprofit enterprise has increased among nonprofits, grant makers, social investors, academics, students, and many others. Rarely does a month go by without a mention of the subject in either the national, regional, or local media. And at this second annual conference and award ceremony, we launch our new book, and we are poised to select another 8 award recipients from 20 finalists who are among the 500-plus entrants to the second competition. The nonprofits that entered the 2003-04 competition came from across the country, from nonprofits large and small and old and young, with programs ranging from education and health and the cultural arts to social service and environment and economic development. Some of their businesses are in the planning stage and others are already in operation. This year, more than 400 evaluators, twice the number as last year, Yale alumni, McKinsey & Company consultants, Goldman Sachs executives, and other experts in the field, volunteered to judge the first 2 rounds of the competition. They spent hours reviewing materials and provided written feedback for the entrants. The number of contenders began at 550, was narrowed to 80 at the end of round 1, and down to 20 finalists by the close of round 2. In round 3, the finalists received on-site consulting to hone their business plans and prepare their presentations. And so here we are today, eager to learn the names of the award recipients in the second National Business Plan Competition for Nonprofit Organizations. While we await the decision of our illustrious judges, let's take a moment to look at images sent to us by our 20 finalists. The Buchnell Center for the Performing Arts. Leveraging its 74-year experience as an arts presenter, community programmer, and educational provider, the Buchnell created Art Ventures, a series of arts education workshops for active adults. Art Ventures partners with elder care facilities and community centers to offer innovative programs such as readings and discussion, memoir writing, personalized books, and self-portrait masks. Charles River Watershed Association. Most of the United States receives 3 feet or more of rain each year, and yet all urban and suburban communities face chronic water shortages. Smart Storm Inc., a venture of the Charles River Watershed Association, manufactures and markets a high-tech dry well system designed to solve a host of water resource problems in residential, commercial, and corporate and industrial settings. Child care resources. In the United States, child care providers are required to complete continuing education courses each year, but long work hours and the need to travel for training pose significant barriers to accomplishing this. Montana-based childcaretraining.org provides high-quality, convenient training in an online format so that child care providers can meet their continuing education requirements. Coastal Enterprises, Inc. For more than 3 decades, venture capital has served as a catalyst for economic development. CEI Community Ventures' $10 million venture capital fund drives capital into underserved and distressed communities in Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont, and provides matching grants to support business planning, legal counsel, marketing consulting, and other professional services in the pre- and post-finance phase. D.A.R.T.S, Dakota Area Resources and Transportation for Seniors. Established in 1974, D.A.R.T.S is a nonprofit agency that provides specialized transportation for seniors and persons with disabilities. The D.A.R.T.S Vehicle Maintenance Service offers vehicle repair and preventive maintenance services for Twin Cities area agencies that operate their own vehicles for transporting clients to and from their agencies, and are looking to reduce vehicle downtime, improve safety, and increase vehicle reliability of their growing fleets. The Doe Fund. This organization's new Pest at Rest business markets pest management services to nonprofit housing providers, New York City government, and Manhattan-based building owners and property managers. Working with the Doe Fund's Ready, Willing, and Able program, Pest at Rest also offers training and employment opportunities to homeless and unemployed people in New York City. Dress for Success Cincinnati. Established in 1999, Dress for Success Cincinnati helps low-income women throughout Cincinnati secure and retain employment. Dress for Success solicits gently used clothing for its clients and then reroutes donations that are inappropriate for job interviews to its new thrift store, the 4th Street Boutique, which sells them to other budget-conscious women in the area. I Do Foundation. The I Do Foundation's charitable wedding services business offers major retailers a wedding gift registry program that attracts new bridal customers and increased revenue for them, and at the same time generates a percentage of wedding sales for designated charities. CWS provides retailers with a streamlined package that includes program setup, technical systems integration, customer support, associate support and training materials, and donation management and disbursement. Inner City Christian Federation. The Inner City Christian Federation is a community development corporation that specializes in developing quality, affordable housing, homeownership, education, and community revitalization. Its business, Providence Home Mortgage, is a full-service mortgage brokerage company that provides competitively priced loan products to conforming and non-conforming borrowers in Grand Rapids and Kent County, Michigan. Institute for Caregiver Education, Inc. Skills for Care is a joint venture between the Institute for Caregiver Education, a long-term care education and training expert, and Education Interface, a technology-based training provider to the healthcare industry. Skills for Care's online education and resource center provides federally mandated training, skill-building exercises, continuing education, e-networking, career resources, and product service information to managers in the long-term care industry. La Casa de Don Pedro. La Casa's commercial food preparation business, La Olla de la Casa de Don Pedro, will prepare and sell nutritious meals to pre-kindergarten programs, after-school centers, and other organizations that supply free and reduced-cost meals in the Newark, New Jersey area. The business will also create job training and employment for a targeted segment of the population that La Casa serves. The Living Bank International. Headquartered in Houston, Texas, the Living Bank provides online organ donor registry services to states that do not have donor registries, thereby giving immediate access by organ procurement organizations to organ donor information recorded in Division of Motor Vehicle Records. LBI also provides consulting services to states and organ procurement organizations in the process of establishing their own donor registries. Manchester Craftsmen's Guild. Located in Pittsburgh, this organization is a multidiscipline, minority-directed center for arts and learning. One of its divisions, MCG Jazz, will produce, market, and distribute recordings of jazz performances by many of the great jazz masters that present or have presented in its facility. The MCG Jazz Library contains one of the largest collections in the world of live jazz masters recordings from one venue, the equivalent of more than 300 CDs of jazz recordings. Meals on Wheels of Greater Richmond. Meals on Wheels will operate a quick-service retail restaurant, Meals on Wheels Cafe, offering good food fast at a reasonable price to the 3,000-plus workers at Appomattox Industrial Park in Colonial Heights, Virginia. The cafe will be part of a much larger food production facility which uses cook-chill technology to prepare meals for homebound seniors and disadvantaged populations. Pro Bono Net, Inc. Headquartered in New York City, Pro Bono Net works in partnership with nonprofit legal organizations across the country to increase access to justice for the poor and other vulnerable populations. Using a web-based platform to recruit volunteers, lawyers in 97 of the country's 100 largest firms have registered on PBN's existing sites. Pro Bono Net Law Firm Edition will target the country's largest law firms that operate significant pro bono programs and market web-based services that allow them to manage their volunteer programs more effectively and expand the impact of their contributions. Project Reach Youth. Project Reach Youth is launching a catering company, Venture Catering, to complement its work readiness and culinary arts programs. Venture Catering offers menu selections for meetings, events, and social gatherings in Brooklyn, New York, and is staffed by at-risk youth that have completed their training in PRY's Culinary Arts program. The Rescue Mission. The Rescue Mission is leveraging its proven track record in social enterprise and strong customer base to launch the Dollar Shopper in its Thrifty Shopper stores in New York State. Dollar Shopper sells household necessities including kitchen items, cleaning supplies, disposable products, baby care items, hardware, socks, gloves, and seasonal crafts, all for $1. Urban Homesteading Assistance Board. UHAB continues to offer a variety of services to help the co-op housing community in low-income neighborhoods in New York City. Its new business venture, UHAB Mutual, will market low-cost property and liability insurance to these housing cooperatives and reinvest profits in the co-ops and other UHAB programs. VolunteerMatch. VolunteerMatch Corporate is a web-based service designed to manage, maximize, and measure employee volunteer programs. Created to meet the needs of leading corporations that recognize the business and social value of community involvement, VolunteerMatch Corporate helps fulfill business goals for community outreach, assists employees search and sign up for local volunteer opportunities, and measures volunteer participation from one centralized location. Work Resource Center. Building Value LLC is a building materials reuse center that salvages quality materials from deconstruction, demolition, and renovation projects, as well as retailer and distributor overstock, for resale in a 20,000 square foot retail store. Building Value employs people with disadvantages and disabilities, the clients of its parent Work Resource Center, and teaches them marketable skills. The business helps to reduce the mounting waste stream and also generates unrestricted revenue for its parent organization. And the award recipients are